Yo, guys, I'm Ash, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
I just recently heard about you, and I was excited when I first listened to the tracks. But before we talk about your tracks, you were actually a featured artist before you released music. How does that work?
Yo, man. I don't know. I excuse the lozenge. I am so sick, and I gotta perform tonight, and it doesn't matter. Gotta power through. Um, you know, music really found me. I feel like didn't want to be an artist. I moved to Nashville, thinking, hey, I'll just go write songs for other people and see how that works out. And then I started road tripping to Chicago, where I met Luce the Child and Weethan and all those great guys. And they were like, sing on our tracks. And I was like, all right. And then it kind of, everything fell into place.
Right.
The feature thing kind of just was like, well, it's not a lot of pressure. It's a good way in without like, oh, here's, when you put out a solo project, it's like, it's got to be, you entirely ready to go, like
Right.
the brand, the song, everything's got to be on point. Whereas when you're a feature girl, you can write whatever you want, say whatever you want, and not be so high pressure anxiety.
How does a feature really help you when it comes to writing? Because, yeah, like you mentioned, you can write whatever you want on it and not stress about it as much as you would on your own single. But how has that really affected you in the way that you write your music?
Oh man, I mean, it's affected the freedom aspect of going like, I literally can say whatever I want to say, and
Yeah.
people will respond because it's a unique perspective just from me and nobody else. And also just, you know, if I would have put a song out as Ashe when my first feature came out, I think, I don't know, I probably would have fell straight on my face and ate shit, Can I curse? Is that okay? Okay, cool. But it's true, like, I needed that kind of safety and the comfort of, the people I'm featuring on their songs, those are family now.
Yeah.
And there was such a security and, like, love around that, which is what music's all about,
And what has it been like? I mean, from the beginning, getting to meet these people. Louis the Child, for example, that's a name that I just started listening to or hearing about within the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Through other people like Quinn 92 or AOK. And they talked so much about these guys. So coming into it as a new artist, not even an artist because you didn't have music, and doing these features, like, that must have been nerve-wracking at the same time. Like, what were those first sessions like with them?
The first ones were so scary. Oh my God. I don't know, like, I tried to sort of like put my big girl panties on and be like, you got this, you're a songwriter, like, you went to music school. None of that matters. Turns out, you just have to like go in there and like buck up and go, all right, like, I am learning, you're learning, like, we're all human. And they It's Strange just came out, which is like their big song, and when I first met them. So I didn't really know what I was getting myself into when Freddie walked in the door. He just came in and he was like, yo, you need to work on your melodies. And I was like, you need to work on your lyrics. And then we were best friends. Like, it's a lot of just like messing with each other. And I don't know. They don't care about making hit songs. They just want to make music they love, which is what I'm all about, So it was very low pressure. I've been in sessions with, big artists that's not the case. And they were like, all right, like, here's what's on radio. And like, here's what we need to put out. And here's what we need to say in order to like make it. But it was never that way with those guys, So
Just having fun.
yeah, just loving life and like low pressure, which like frees you and liberates your music,
So did that experience kind of open your mind about the music industry? Because maybe because of music school, you had a perspective on what the music industry was like, and then you meet these guys, and it's a completely different.
Oh yeah, and their children, literally
That
Louis
too.
the children, the babies. Like, when I first met Freddie, he was 17, and now he's 20. He just turned 20. And I had just graduated college. I'm at the time was, I don't know, 21. I don't know. Yeah, 21. And pretty psycho, like, walking to the room thinking this is what it had to be like. And they were like, no, there are no boundaries. There's no box. Like, And then when you really think about it, like whose artist journey looks like anyone else's? Like Charlie XCX did her own thing, Tovo did her own thing, Halsey's doing her own thing, you know. So, and then the men too. Sorry, I just love the ladies.
It's
so
all good. Don't forget Billie.
Yeah,
Don't forget Billie.
Billie Eilish, my queen. She's a great example of like there's not a formula. There's not you don't have to go to college right away. And I went to college and I graduated and I'm working my butt off and it's working. So college is good if that's your route. But, you know, Billie's a good example. She's 15, writing music, you know, well beyond her age. Her music's like a 30-year-old.
Way mature. I don't understand it.
Yeah, that like she was an alcoholic once and like went through like a sex addiction and then got out of it and like she's lived 5 lives.
Listen to it. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, love her.
So moving forward with your music, your most recent single, you co-wrote it with Freddie. So obviously there's a chemistry in the writing sessions with him still going on.
Yeah.
But what's it like when you guys get together and write? Do you guys really help each other out? Do you guys have your own unique ways of doing things?
Yeah, you know, it's always different. It's never the same. That session, he walked in the room. I wasn't supposed to write with him that day. I was with these amazing guys, Ahmad Royale and Roger Shahayed, and who I've worked on a bunch of other songs with. And we were just like working on that, the on guitar. Right. And then Freddie walks in and he's all, and we're like, shit. Yeah, you know, and then we're like, all right, okay, come sit down, you know. And
I'm going to do that next time I go into a studio. Yeah. I'm just going to add something to it.
Just go, that's how you get your publishing.
Hey,
exactly. Like it's in there. You know, and yeah, like I said, that day he wasn't supposed to be there and he just walked in. But the other thing is like we're all in Hollywood now. I just moved there and Ahmad and Robbie from Lucid Child, they all live in the same house and Freddie lives a block away from me. Nice. So we're all able to just like
you guys are gonna get tired of each other soon.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm already tired of them. On this tour, no, they're the sweetest humans. I know.
That's awesome. So tell me more about the music that you're writing today. You have 2 singles that have been out so far. Are you working on a body of work? Are you doing the whole single thing where a new single every other month? Like, what is the formula for you?
There's no formula.
Okay. I like that.
There's no plan.
Yes.
No, we don't know what we're doing. No, we know. I mean, I've been working on an EP or LP or whatever. Everyone has to like put a label on it. I don't know what it is. It's gonna be like 5 to 7 songs. Yeah. But we'll probably put out like 1 to 2 more singles before, and that one's already ready to go. Yeah, I'm so excited. So it's coming, but I don't even care what a label says. There's no plan. Everyone's like throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks, you know? So, you know, Weathan, my good friend, he puts out a single like every 3 weeks. Like he's on top of it. And, you know, we're all writing music constantly. But I don't know. I'm a little more precious with the music coming out. Especially you have like my first single, Used to It's like more in the bubbly poppy range, and then This Girl Who Cried Wolf is like Nirvana, Radioheady, and so it's really important for me to get the sound more refined before I'm like, let's keep putting out music.
So is it safe to say that you don't exactly know what your sound is yet, or you're just testing out different types of sounds?
I'm changing so much as a human, so the music's going to. But it's all in this like alt pop range. It's definitely a little weird, which I love.
That's what we like.
Yeah, man. You know, even pop radio, you know, you're hearing like weird ass shit now, and I love it. Exactly. So
we wanna like ask questions like, why does she sing this way? Why is that song that way? You know, like why is she 15 but she already experienced so much stuff? Like,
exactly. I think that's the appeal of Lorde too. You know, saying things like, you know, it doesn't make any sense, some of her lyrics, but in her mind, she's like, this is like everything I was going through. And so, you know, like, sometimes inside of my head, I feel like I have a straight jacket on, and I'm a little bit of a crazy person, and I want that to come out in the music, you know. So, and that's sort of The Girl Who Cried Wolf is a really good step in that direction. And then I think people are gonna figure it out for themselves when the EP comes out.
Now,
Yeah.
do you feel free when you're writing music, or do you feel like there's stuff that you're still somewhat kind of hiding?
Ooh, that's a loaded question.
Uh-oh.
There.
Uh-oh.
You know, there's a lot of stuff in my life that's gonna come out later on, like that I'm not ready to share yet. But right now, I mean, we're going down the rabbit hole for sure with this EP. I mean, it's gonna get weird, like voices in my head, and I don't know. It's gonna get weird.
A straight jacket is real. That's what you're saying.
It is so real. And yeah, it's, you know, I don't know. I'm just trying to make music that is important to me and, you know, reflects who I am on the inside. And, you know, I love Used to It. It's my first single, and we were really like, everyone we showed it to, everyone got really excited about. And there was this piece of me that went, but is it everything it needs to be? And because we wrote that song, you know, for someone else. When we went into that session, we went, let's write a great song and let's pitch it out. Right. And then, you know, there was all this personal shit about my life in it that we're like, nah, let's keep it for me. But, you know, it was a little more fluffy than I see the music going. So the music's gonna get a little bit more raw and uglier and less.
I'm excited for that, though.
Yeah, right?
I really am.
Yeah,
I really am.
We're gonna be the ugly ones.
I like that. I like that. But as you're like getting really deep with your music, your lyrics, especially going into the studio to record it, you're working with a producer, whether it's someone you know or someone that's new for you. Like, how do you get vulnerable in those, you know, situations?
Ooh, that's so good, Rob. You know.
So glad you waited for me.
That's so good, man. You know, shit. I mean, those are therapy sessions, you know, and I kind of have to go into it going, this person can take a really personal piece of my life and abuse it, and you kind of have to trust people. Yeah. Because you're not going to get a good song unless you just, like, shed all of that shit, right. You know. When I first started writing in Nashville, I went in the room like, boom, like all kind of proper and like, I'm a songwriter and I've got this down. And then, you know, now it being more personal, I'm like, sometimes I head into the room after a fight with my husband, I'll be like just bawling and like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. And like, that shit's got to come out, you know, in the writing room, or else your songs are going to be crap.
I mean, it motivates you more, if anything.
Yeah, because so many, I mean, I can't count how many sessions I've been in, like I said, that people be like, what's on radio? What needs to be said to make a pop song, to make a hit song? And I can't.
So overrated. Like, we
need
need something fresh.
Yeah, A&R guys are like, we need a Chainsmoker Closer vibe. And I'm like, yo, that's great. And that song's great. But like, they didn't go into it going, we need a so-and-so vibe. Right. They just like wrote it from there. Like, I know Sean Frank's a good friend. He was the writer on that song. Yeah. Like, they didn't go in with a formula. They just wrote a good song. Yeah. So you kind of have to throw that shit away, you know? So did I answer that well?
You definitely did. No, you definitely did. But it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I love your music, but at the same time, like, I wouldn't want your music to be the only thing that the radio plays, because then it kind of ruins the song. That's how I feel.
100%. Yeah, I totally agree with that. You don't ever want pop radio to like go down one corner, and it did for a long time. Yeah. I mean, like the Katy Perry, Britney Spears, even, you know, I love her, but Ariana Grande, that like popness. That was like a thing for a while, and then, you know, I want to say like Chainsmokers kind of did break that up, and now, you know, Post Malone is on the radio, and he's Post, if you watch this ever, I love you. And
Can we just get a collaboration going?
Dude,
can we just do that?
Dude, he probably already knows. In the interviews, I'm always like, Post.
Can we make it happen?
Dude, Post. I love Post. I'm just kidding.
If I see him this weekend, I might have to tell him.
Dude, you just let him know that his girl Ashe is waiting for him.
You'll play some killer guitar on your tracks?
Dude, his melodies, man. He's doing shit no one else is doing.
I agree.
Woo!
I agree.
Sorry.
And it bums me out that he's getting shit for it now.
Yeah.
In the last couple weeks.
Well,
It's like,
fuck it,
let him be. You gotta be you. You gotta be strange. Like, that's what our ears want. We want strange. We don't know it until we hear it.
Yeah, and don't be afraid of strange. I think a lot of people get afraid of doing something different, and and some people don't know how to do something different, and maybe they need to not make music.
Right.
Like, if you're gonna make the same shit, get out of the business.
That's true.
Be innovative. Like, Carole King is one of my biggest inspirations. She's from forever ago, 60s and 70s, but she was making music no one else was making. Stevie Nicks, like those women, like, I don't know. So many people just need to throw off all the extra, like, this is what music needs to sound like.
Right.
Nah.
Do you feel it's harder today to be like them, where they do something that's not heard of, that's, not the norm?
I mean, I guess, yeah, sort of. Then there's the part of me that's like, if you're an individual, then you have something to say. So, like, only you, specifically you, like, Rob, you can only make the music you're gonna make. Like, if you
Thanks for that reassurance, because I needed that today.
I don't know if you sit down at a keyboard ever, but like,
I do, and nothing ever gets played. I just look at it.
just stare. The keys are all dusty. You're gonna be special in your own way. That sounds so corny, but it's true. Like,
Motivational speaking
special
with Ashe.
Dude, it's true though. So I don't know.
You should write a book after this body of work.
I think okay.
I would probably read it.
Okay, so here's something that I was bothered by.
What did I say?
No, you're great. Now, love him, but Zed.
Okay.
He had a documentary come out, I think,
Right.
In Colors or something like that. And I sat there with my drummer on the plane ride back after we did the Vivo Artist to Watch thing. And we watched his thing, and we're like, all right, step back for a second. You have not lived enough life yet. And your career has not gone to the places it needs to where you can do this yet.
Yeah.
I watched it and I just went, he's like so sweet, wonderful, incredibly talented.
Definitely.
But I'm gonna get so much shit for this. Please don't watch this, Zed. Just I was so bummed because I was like, you're not ready yet. Like, if I was to write a book after an EP, that's some bullshit. Maybe
Don't write a book after an EP. Wait till the album.
50 years old. But Carole King, Stevie Nicks, they can write books.
Yeah.
Maybe Billie Eilish.
Well, I like your mindset though. I like that. Not a lot of people want to just put their name with whatever they can, as fast as they can, and it makes them money. But that doesn't bring longevity to me. That just it drains them out instantly.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you have to be really careful, I think, because that all can get in the way of your creativity too and your art. Like, unless it's helping you and encouraging your music, then I don't know. You got to be careful. Agreed. Even with interviews, I'm super careful to be like, is this the right opportunity to help everything go forward? Because if I'm wasting my time when I could be resting my voice, or when I could be sitting at a piano, that's what I need to do. Your no is as powerful as a yes, so
well, you I like jeez. I didn't know what I was walking into today, guys. But I mean, it's not easy for a new artist to have their mind or their head in the right space. So congrats with that,
because
it seems like it. I haven't met that straitjacket yet, but so far. So you're on tour right now with Louis the Child. Yeah. You just dropped your second single. What else can we expect for this year? Maybe a new song this year, or are we waiting for next year?
I think you're gonna have to wait till next year.
It's worth it, because then we have that Live tour coming.
Yes, the Love Tour. He's a good friend. Ari's a good friend too. So we were in a writing camp together. Nice. So he's an incredible writer and producer. So that tour is gonna be fun. But yeah, I kind of want to wait. I mean, Christmas is a really like special downtime, and the industry like shuts off, which is weird.
I appreciate it every year.
I know, it's great, right? So I'm gonna go to Tahoe with my family and just shut off and disappear probably for a second, and then not entirely because I can't. But yeah, come back January, you know, blazing.
And here's the plan. January, we meet back up at the Troubadour.
Ooh, we're hanging out again?
We should. I think we should do a continuation of the new music because, you know, hopefully by then there's a new single.
Hey, dude, I'm not going to say, but hopefully.
Possibly. All right. Well, I'm going to let you rest a little more.
Thank you.
You guys be sure to check out Ashe. Her new singles are out now. The latest one is called
Girl Who Cried Wolf.
And she's pretty incredible because
What? I'm incredible?
Yeah.
Because why?
I wasn't talking about myself.
Oh, I don't know why because I stay true to myself.
She's real.
Rob.
Thanks for watching here on Front Row Live, guys.